Glocalization, a portmanteau of globalization and localization, is the adaptation of international products around the particularities of a local culture in which they are sold. The process allows integration of local markets into world markets. The term first appeared in a late 1980s publication of the Harvard Business Review. At a 1997 conference on globalization and indigenous culture, sociologist Roland Robertson stated that glocalization means a simultaneity, the co-presence, of both universalizing and particularizing tendencies. McDonald's restaurants' menus adopted the practice and customized its menus to suit local tastes in various countries. This phenomenon is the relative inverse of Americanization and the suppressing of local preferences in favor of providing goods and media whose content has been dictated by foreign entities. Glocalization can also involve the use of culturally friendly media to encourage the acceptance of foreign products among a local audience. Glocalization is the adaptation of globally marketed products and services to local markets. Various analogical descriptions have been proposed, including an octopus and its tentacles, a node in a network of social relations, and world encirclement. The glocal strategy approach is different from the global strategy approach mainly due to the different outlooks on the standardization and local adaptations of products and business activities. Although the global strategy approach does recognize the need to localize products in the global community, glocal strategy stresses the importance of local adaptations in relation to the local marketplace. Also, while global strategy emphasizes standardization of global products, glocal strategy explains the balance that must exist between the standardization and local adaptation of business activities and products. Glocalization works best for companies which have decentralized authority. The cost to the companies increases as they cannot standardize products and projects. Different cultures have different needs and wants, which is highlighted in this challenge. An example of a company succeeding in creating new products for their emerging market is McDonald's new rice meals in India and China. This shows that McDonald's has done research on and understands their new market's requirements for a successful takeaway food. This, however, can be very costly and time-consuming. An example of a global business that has faced challenges due to localization of their products can be presented through the closing of a Starbucks in the Forbidden City of China in 2007. Starbucks' attempt to localize into the culture of China by accommodating their menu to local elements such as serving green tea frappuccinos and enlarging their stores was prevalent in most areas of China, but when Starbucks spread to the Forbidden City, a problem surrounding cultural identity arose. Factors surrounding Western influences related to Starbucks were seen as a threat by a web-based campaign who was successful in initiating the closing of the Starbucks in the Forbidden City. The leader of this web-based campaign, whose name is Rui, in his words had stated, "All I want is that Starbucks move out of the Forbidden City peacefully and quietly, and will continue enjoying Starbucks coffee elsewhere in the city." Although there are many challenges to globalization, when done right it has many benefits. Allowing companies to reach a larger target market is just one of them. Society also benefits when globalization occurs, as an increase in market competition generally pushes the price of products down, which means the consumers benefit by gaining a lower price point. This decreases the inequality gap, as people who couldn't previously afford products when the market was controlled by local monopolies are able to purchase the product for cheaper. Although globalization has benefits to the consumer, it does not always benefit the producer, with newer and smaller companies struggling to keep up with the low production costs of the multinational competitors. This results in either a higher price and loss of consumers, or a lower profit margin, which in turn results in less competition within the market. Glocalization of education has been proposed in the specific areas of politics, economics, culture, teaching, information, organization, morality, spirituality, religion and temporal literacy. The recommended approach is for local educators to consult global resources for materials and techniques, and then adapt them for local use. For example, in information, It involves advancing computer and media understanding to allow students and educators to look beyond their local context. Besides the usage of internet, television and commercials have become useful strategies that global companies have used to help localize their products. Companies, such as McDonald's, have relied on television and commercials in not only the Western Hemisphere but in other parts of the world to attract a varying ranges of audiences in accordance to the demographic of the local area. For example, they have used mascots ranging anywhere from a male clown in the Western Hemisphere to attract younger audiences to an attractive female clown in Japan to attract older audiences. However, McDonald's has faced challenges in adapting to the local customs when promoting its products through television in countries such as China. Programs and commercials air differently in China in comparison to Western commercials. In other words, commercials are usually skipped over in countries such as China, so McDonald's advertises its products through newspapers and magazines.